Hello everybody and welcome back once more to Anime Yay or Nay. I am TheOutbackAl.
I'm Yin&Jung.
I'm Chibi Noob.
I'm Envy Jitters.
I'm CheerandCosplay.
I'm Kozi.
And we're back with the last week of Donghua Month. It's been an entire time that we have done with this. Yin, how'd you feel about this month? Did you have fun?
I mean, I had fun. These are all my shows, so
Okay.
I hope you guys had fun.
Well, why don't you introduce the last one and see where we go from here?
Right, so the last one was Scissor 7. This was one that came out quite a few years ago, more of a web series type show. The episodes are only about 15 minutes apiece. And it definitely has more of that animation style that you'll see in a lot of Donghua web series, kind of like the one that we watched before as well. But yeah, this show is definitely more of an action comedy, so I thought it would be good to give a little bit of variety, something kind of different than the shows that we've watched otherwise this season.
It was definitely different.
It was different. So it's about a guy who has amnesia, basically, and he kind of is trying to rise in the ranks of the killers in order to find out more about his identity. And he runs into a cast of really weird and quirky characters, and it's very episodic in this first season. As it goes on, there's a much more linear story about once he starts to find out who he really was in the past. So there's actually quite a lot of interesting and heartfelt storylines that come later, but this first season is very much focused on the comedy aspect and action. It has a lot of interesting fight scenes. The animation is very simplistic, but at the same time, pretty creative a lot, especially when it comes to the fights. Definitely the show has been compared, I talked to Al about this before, to like Stephen Chow movies. It's definitely inspired by that type of like comedy action mixed with the martial arts. And it was also influenced a lot by like wuxia genre, which is similar to Yin&Jung, but it's less focused on like magical aspects and more on the martial aspects. So you can see with characters like 13, like the wuxia influence on this series.
I think I know that one a little bit more. That's like the Hong Kong style, like wire action movie kind of things where they're like flipping into Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon kind of thing.
A little bit, yeah. It's more focused on like the martial arts of it. I'm more used to like what I see in novels and things like that. It's usually focused on, you know, war, political intrigue, martial arts once again. People doing incredible feats, but they're usually normal people who are just really good at like martial arts and things like that. So I think it's a pretty wide genre that probably covers like some of what you're talking about and some of what I'm talking about, but it's interesting stuff. So you can see like some of that influencing this, but also of course the comedic stuff is a lot of it. So I watched this series years ago, definitely when season 1 came out. And then I introduced it to Al, and we watched, I think all of the seasons. We're caught up, right? Like, there's 3 seasons.
4 now.
There's 4 now. Did we watch the 4th one?
I can't remember for sure.
I can't remember.
It's one of those things where Netflix is like, hey, we're going to have 3 years between seasons.
Yeah,
so,
that's like what happened. And each season's only like 6 to 8 episodes. So yeah. It's pretty brief. I kind of forgot a lot of what happened in these earlier ones, so this was definitely a refresher for me. Unlike the other Donghua that we watched this month, where it's like I've seen them like a million times. I remember them inside and out, like Lord of the Mysteries or Heaven Official's Blessing or something. This one I haven't rewatched quite as much. I've really only seen it, I think, I've seen most of it just once, and I might have seen this first season twice because I think I watched it alone and then I watched it with Al. But otherwise, you know, this isn't one I go back and rewatch as much, but I think it definitely has some interesting stuff in it. It's definitely a fun series.
Yeah, I do remember watching this the first time through. It is interesting. It honestly, a little bit, when it jumps between comedy and like high stylized action, reminds me just a little bit of One Punch Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not quite the same, but in that sort of wheelhouse that if you like that, you might like this, maybe. But speaking of liking things, what did you guys think about it? Has anyone seen this before?
No.
Okay. What was your first impressions?
Hated it. I did not like it.
Yeah, it was not for me.
Yeah, I thought it was I didn't hate it, but I wasn't crazy about it.
All right, fucking let's rip.
Yeah, get to it.
I will say now, I do like this series, though I can absolutely understand how some people don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
The thing is like you said you watched the rest of it, I'm like, you have to have liked it
No.
to have watched the rest of it, or
no,
you're just
they watched
tearing
all
it to
of Dokuro.
shreds.
We were just hate watching
Yeah.
it, you know?
I will say, Yin can do that. I don't do that as much.
Yeah, he has
Like-
a hate watch. I love a good hate watch.
Yeah, you.
So you did
watched
like Dokuro.
That was not a hate watch. That was a, I can't believe they made this.
I
one.
was hate watching it and I was enjoying it, you know?
I was like,
That was you watching a train wreck.
Yeah, that was me
Yeah,
going.
Allie can't look
okay,
away.
It can't get worse. Oh my god,
it
it got
did,
worse.
yeah.
It can't get worse than that. Oh my god, it keeps getting
But
worse.
that's the joy of a hate watch, though.
How you have hate watched a few shows, so I can kind of understand where you're coming from.
If I genuinely hate something, I don't want to
Yeah.
engage with it. That to me is like the
Same.
whole
I
thing.
love hate watching.
Same.
But I
It's-
didn't
it's
really
like-
hate watch this. I did like this overall.
So, to go back to like hate watching, like me with books, like if I am not enjoying a story, I will immediately put it down. Like
Yeah.
this is something I would have DNF'd.
Yeah, it's like
Um.
it's like if I don't like it, why am I committing energy to this?
Yeah.
I'm just special
Like-
that way. I don't know.
You're built
No,
different.
Like sometimes it is like morbid curiosity, and sometimes you just want to see how bad something can get.
That
Yeah.
is what was
Yeah.
going on with Dokuro.
It's like Titans, you know? Remember that hate watch? Love
Okay,
it.
I watched that because you wanted to watch that. That first episode of season 3, I was dropping.
I know, but I loved it as a hate watch. It was beautiful.
It went so
terrible. and
like it's not like it
beautiful.
started in a great place, but it went so downhill so fast.
Oh, it was such a great train
If-
wreck. Just
if
gonna
I-
say it.
Dislike something, I will follow it through because I usually like still have questions. Like, okay, does it get worse? Does it get better? How are they going to handle this? It's like I only drop something if I am completely neutral on it. Like I don't care.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
Exactly.
Mm.
I'd rather hate something than not care about it.
I will say that I have said before, it is worse to be boring than bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I have a comparison for what I think this really reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like the Chinese version of Shin-Chan.
I never watched Shin-Chan,
What
but
is
I've
that?
isn't that little oh god. You describe it because I don't think I can.
He's a little, like, grade school Japanese boy, and it's like a slice of life with his family, but
Yeah.
it focuses on, like, adult humor, even though it really kind of aims more at a childish
Oh, I do
audience, it
know.
feels like.
Yeah, it's like a staple of Adult Swim.
I've never watched it. I assumed it was like Japanese Caillou.
No.
No.
It's on
No.
Adult Swim. Why would it be Caillou?
I've never seen it on Adult Swim.
It's on Adult Swim. They have it normally around like the 3 to 4 o'clock slots.
Dude, I'm
Like,
a
they
night
have it,
owl.
like-
I'm not a that morning owl.
Yeah, no, that's normally when it would be on.
All right.
Yeah,
At
no,
least from
it's
what
like-
I remember when I was younger.
It's in a style, like a format that is traditionally for like children. A lot of the humor is more childish, but it has a large portion that is adult themed humor as well,
Okay.
which is exactly what I feel like this was.
Yeah.
A little bit. But I think for me, I think the comedic aspects were not really hitting for me, and maybe it's just a different in like the type of humor that I like. Because I don't know, maybe I guess this sort of type of comedy. Because like the thing is like I'm okay with action comedies. I feel like just how this was executed might not have worked for me.
That's
Does that make sense?
No, it
Yeah.
makes sense. I feel like a lot of times I've brought up this exact thing whenever we watched a comedy on here where I'm like, this didn't work for me or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the one of the main problems of like sometimes comedy. It's so subjective that if it's like, if this is not going to work for you, it's not going to work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because honestly, had it hit a little better in the comedic aspects, I might have enjoyed it because the art style is interesting enough. And honestly, like the episode with the dog cat plotline thing, I was mildly amused by it, but it was also just sort of like, I don't know, like some of the other parts of it, I'm like, I know I'm supposed to be probably finding this funny, but I'm kind of not, and it's a little disappointing.
That's valid.
I do think there's a couple spots that kind of have the same issue that I've had with some anime comedies where it's like, okay, there's
True,
a joke
fair
here
enough.
that's being lost in translation.
Yeah.
I don't think it comes up as much here because it is based a lot more on physical comedy, which we've talked about in Hundreds of Beavers. It's a little more universal. But, yeah.
It is, for sure.
I think another aspect is who watched this in dub versus sub, because the dub was bad.
I went back and forth.
We did both.
We did both as well. Though we mainly watched it in
back and
English
forth.
the first time.
I watched sub.
We did dub, and the dub was bad.
Really? I like the dub.
I don't.
Mm-mm.
The main guy just did not.
The main
Not a
Yeah,
fan.
I like Ronnie.
It started me off in English, and I immediately was like, yeah, I don't like his voice.
Oh,
Yeah, I like Ronnie. I like Ronnie Chang on the Daily Show. He's funny there, but yeah, he seemed like he was purposely not trying to do good. I don't know if that was the intention or not, but that's how it came across to me.
It also kind of sounded like he was playing up his accent,
maybe a little bit.
but largely it was very uninspired, and the lip flaps, man.
Okay, I can understand the lip flap being a problem.
Yeah, I watched episode 1 dubbed, then I watched episode 2 subbed, and then I started the first half of the episode 3 subbed, and then I literally switched halfway through to the dub to recompare it. And I do say I think I like the sub main guy a lot more.
They actually come in a lot of other languages. I'm almost wondering maybe we should have watched it in a couple of the other ones. Just to see what happens. What's the Spanish dub like?
Oh my god, yeah.
Nothing for nothing.
I feel like
Not saying that we should
very passionate.
Yeah, we probably don't have a good ear for the language or understanding exactly, but probably would be a fun watch on some level for some of these shows moving forward.
I don't know. It's just, I feel like you have this complaint about other stuff where they are just so bad at pacing the words because there's more usually going on in a sentence in Chinese than there is in English. So they're like, I have to keep talking because the mouth is still moving.
Yeah, no, that happened so much in Lord of the Mysteries that was why I was like,
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
come
don't know what you're talking about.
That was Heaven Official's blessing.
Yeah, that was.
I think my biggest complaint about the show is it was trying to be quirky, goofy, silly, but it also felt like it was pulling its punches a little. They didn't fully go for it. They held back, and it just I think if they had gotten sillier with it, I would have enjoyed it. But this just kind of felt like a little half-assed because it felt like they were holding back.
You wanted it even more over the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Funny, it's an action comedy that is holding its punches.
Yeah.
Not very good for the genre if you're holding your punches. Not a lot of action, I would say.
No. I agree with that because the buff bird.
Yes.
I feel like that could have been something and it wasn't.
That would have been a meme.
It really does.
That
come
would
back
have
a
been
lot.
a meme.
I feel
like it wants to be so quirky, but it's also kind of embarrassed about it. No. Say it with your whole pussy. Sorry. I cannot think of a different word in time. I'm sorry. Do you want me to say something different so you can?
I think most people, say it with your whole chest, but okay. I think that's the actual phrase, but all right, you do you.
Say it with your whole ass.
Say it with your whole forehead.
He did have a pretty big one.
He did.
Yeah. What did you think of the action? So far, it sounds like the comedy did not do it for a lot of people.
Action was fine, I guess-ish. I honestly like the fight with 7 and 13.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the most out of anything that we saw. Otherwise, I was just kind of this is okay.
What kind of studio worked on this?
Oh god, I don't remember.
Give me a second, I will look it up.
Because that will change my answer dependent.
Share Fun Studio?
I don't even know what else they made.
I'm trying to look it up. It feels much more like a web series than an actual TV
Yeah.
series, which is why I'm looking at some of the.
It might be an independent one.
Maybe
In that
I don't
case.
Is it BEAR or BARE?
I'm sorry. What bear?
Yeah.
You said Bear Fun?
Share Fun.
Share.
There you go.
Share. All right, that's different.
I also heard bear.
I was gonna say if it's bear BARE, then I think my vagina comment was valid.
Okay, well, I'm going to save that comment for later. I don't know what that means.
Is this all they've made?
Yeah, this is all they've made.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're probably just like maybe a small independent studio, or maybe it was just a group of friends who just decided to make something and they needed a name.
This is a passion project.
Honestly, if that's so, this is like Hell of Boss or something.
It might be.
Maybe.
Yeah, if this is like a small studio that didn't outsource most of the animation, is fine.
Yeah.
But even something like Hell of a Boss, she had a decent team working on the pilot with her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then she has outsourced to an overseas animation studio for the actual series.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I wasn't seeing a whole lot of other studios or any other sort of like involvement other than like Billy for like distribution and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I have to assume it was just them. Does that help? Does that make them look better in your eyes, or?
Nope, it looks like it was a collaboration with AHA.
Which is
So they-
big, small?
A pretty large streaming platform, so they would have gotten a decent budget.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, would it be like an equivalent to like the Chinese Netflix?
I don't think so.
No,
No.
but it is a pretty large streaming platform.
Okay.
It's more just like, you know, if this is like one or two people like passion project animating, like it's very impressive for what it is. Versus like if this is like a studio with a team of people behind it and a decent budget, like it's rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be a style. Like that could be an argument.
No, some of the animation is clunky.
Okay.
No, it is, yeah. Especially, I think, in this
Yeah.
first season. If I'm remembering
Yeah.
correctly, the later seasons get a little bit more. There's a little more fluid stuff going on, but they're also tackling longer, more like thought out storylines and stuff like that, and characters that have a lot more going on with crazier powers and stuff.
I was going to ask both of you that have seen it. Like, is it one of those shows where it's pure comedy for the first season and then it gets less and less
Yeah.
comedic and
Yeah.
it gets a lot more story, like more story driven?
Yeah, big time. Big time.
Definitely. I think the later seasons, the action and the animation, everything does get better. Maybe they do end up getting a bigger budget later on. Because I can imagine, yeah, this was really a small project to begin with, and then it became somewhat popular. So I think it changes a little bit down the line, and they clearly had a lot of ideas for what they wanted to do in the future. But yeah, some of it looks a little rough. I think because it's such a kind of goofy show, like it's a little charming that it's rough, but I can see what you're saying. Like some of the animation in general is kind of like little ugly sometimes, I guess, but fun.
Not even ugly, like talking about like things like the fight scenes. Like especially when he was doing like the fight with Mad Bark, there are like multiple instances where like you can tell there weren't enough frames for the movement they were doing because he's kind of like glitching across the screen, and it's not like an intentional thing, you know?
Yeah, I think they're very clear when they're being intentionally like funny or like silly with it, because like it does cut back to the breaking the fingers thing. There's a bunch of repeated shots here that I do think are for comedic effect, which are, you know, fair enough places to try to skimp on the budget a little bit. But yeah, now I hear what you're saying. I do find it hilarious that as the show keeps going, literally every single character, regardless of their significance to the plot, gets a full-ass backstory.
Yeah.
And like...
that grandma.
Oh, holy shit. How many episodes did you guys end up watching for this?
I just watched the 3.
Okay.
3.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so none of them saw Granny.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, we watched the opening to the 4th where he cuts her hair and she's like, no, I wanted you to kill him.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, by the end of the episode, she ends up fighting him, because he can't do anything right. And she goes Super Saiyan, and you're just like, oh, this is a one-off character, it's just a boss fight or whatever. No, she has a whole-ass backstory that is insane. Like... I'm like, okay, it's sort of like the question of like, why? But also, this was interesting. I don't know. We didn't get to my favorite character, though.
Who's your favorite?
Or at least the one that I guess I liked as far as the side characters go, which was the, I forget what his name was. Hang on. But he's kind of like Rock Lee. a little bit.
The
bodyguard guy.
What you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. What is this thing?
I do have a kind of genre-based question. If this is supposed to be more wuxia than xianjia, why does it have, like, the magical shape-shifting? Like, they're definitely controlling weapons through, like, cultivation-esque means.
Yeah, I think they have that, but it's definitely not focused on like cultivation or like rising in the, towards godhood or anything like that, or, like, I think the focus is more on the fights and the fighting.
Yeah,
so.
Wuxia can have like cultivation base, it just isn't the focus then?
I don't even think they bring up anything about cultivation. I think they just have some key or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually cultivation here.
Yeah, but like chi and like the controlling a spiritual weapon and all that's like cultivation.
I don't think it's spiritual at all. I think they're just like...
I think in wuxia they have like, just the normal... Because like in martial arts and stuff they talk about chi and everything. So I think it's in a less magical way, in a more like spiritual way, I guess.
Okay, yeah. No, there are some spiritual things, I guess, later on. But yeah, it really just leans into if you can punch good enough, you can punch through anything.
Yeah, and I feel like that sometimes happens in the wuxia genre, where it's like people are a little bit superhuman, but I don't think it's focused on like cultivating or gods or anything like that, If that makes sense. But
yeah, but like that's definitely like magical, spiritual, and I don't think that's really wuxia.
I don't think they care. Is kind of the main thing of it. I think they're just like, what would be fun? How about a dude who, through the power of his virginity, is an immovable object? It's really fucking just stupid sometimes.
Don't talk about Jiulian like that.
No, I'm talking about my favorite character in this show.
I guess like when I say like the wuxia, I'm talking about like the inspirations of this show. I think lean more towards wuxia, not necessarily that this is the wuxia genre, because it's not. Wuxia is very martial.
It's classified as wuxia.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Oh, it's actually classified as that? Oh, I thought it was more just
Yeah.
inspired. Okay, well that's interesting.
Like you said, it was also inspired, like kind of like Stephen Chow type movies,
Yeah.
which also are extremely over the top. Don't really have anything to do with actual magic cultivation stuff, but also, you can destroy everything with like the sacred Buddha hand or whatever.
Okay, but here I am looking at like definitions for wuxia, and it does say like kind of supernatural elements and superhuman stuff is sometimes included in the genre.
Yeah, I just figured everyone kind of has that anime element to it where it's just like, yeah, everyone can kind of just do crazy shit.
I think wuxia just implies like a little bit more like realism or grounding than xianjia, but I think they can do like superhuman stuff a lot of the times. Like there is like an exaggeration to it, I guess. And it's still considered like part of the fantasy genre.
I'm just saying the magic stuff is magic.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to think what else to talk about here because it doesn't sound like you guys like this at all. So,
Yeah.
Did you have anything that you did like?
I didn't hate it. I did like the dog and cat romance, Kill Bill's, not Mr. and Mrs. Smith kind of plot or whatever you want to call it. I liked that.
Yeah, that was amusing.
I did like the fight between the main guy and the assassin girl, especially when it leads to the accidental kiss. I thought that was kind of funny. So I feel like maybe those 3 episodes they were trying to find their footing, and maybe the comedy gets a little bit better later on, but I don't know. Episode 1 really threw me off. I didn't like that episode that much, but episodes 2 and 3 I thought were fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
I liked the opening. I thought it was a bop.
Yeah, I do think most of their openings are good. They do change it up every season.
Pretty fun, yeah.
Do you like that they devoted a whole musical number to the dog and cat?
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is less 7 and more dog and cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys would actually like the later seasons more, because he does go missing partway through the series, and everyone's trying to find him, but they're all like dealing with their own backstory stuff.
I forgot about that.
And the girl. I like the girl.
Yeah, she's
Yeah, I
got
was gonna say 13 is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd like to see more of her.
Wait till you meet her family.
There is more of her.
There's a reason she's called 13. And it's not because she's the number 13 killer.
I kind of figured.
Yeah.
Did she say she was like 37?
Her and 7 were like both artificially created.
Nope. There is an artificially created character later on. but it's not either of them. Actually, we really don't know what Seven's origin is unless they figured it out in season 4. I don't know. What do you guys want to know? Because I have just let me know. Anyone continuing this at all?
No. Probably not.
Does anyone
Probably
want
not,
to
no.
know what goes on later or why things happen?
No.
Hey, it's the end of Donghua Month. I'm willing to circle back to To Be Hero X because of that last episode.
We might as well talk because, as of recording, which is a little bit earlier than we release them now, it just finished, last week?
Yes.
So
last week.
I think without going into too many spoilers for the people at home who maybe didn't see it, let's still talk about it a little bit because this is probably my favorite show of the month.
That show was so good, man.
I will say this, I don't think that it completely shit the bed like I was worried might happen.
My problem was I felt like they spend too much time with X just aura farming. And it's like, I get it, he's very cool and I love him and his action scenes are awesome and they look great. But it's like for a finale episode, I would have preferred a little bit more. I feel like maybe they should have had one more episode after X's episode so that we could get a little bit more of a finale.
I agree.
There better be a season. There better be a season 2.
Oh, there is.
I won't spoil it. Because the way that this ended, I do respect the approach of, okay, episodes 1 through 4 is an arc. You spent episodes 5 through 23 essentially doing the entire backstory of leading up to the first arc, and then it goes back to essentially where the story began a little bit after episode 24. But at the same time, you end at a certain point where you expected the story to take off from the episode 5, and to me, it didn't resolve anything. It's, evil corporations are bad, and stuff like that.
It's not supposed to resolve anything, though. They made no secret that they have another season that they're greenlit for.
Frankly, I think their credit sequence at the end was the opening for the next season. So that's a nice preview, if anything.
I think they do want a second season, but I don't think it's been announced.
It hasn't.
But I do think the expectation is that there is a second season, and they're obviously setting it up to be about the competition, like the hero ranking.
Look, if there's not a second season, we riot.
But I don't think they've announced the year. I don't even know if they've officially announced that it's happening, but I think the assumption is that it is. They're clearly setting it up to happen.
If nothing is said, I'm going to be very sad.
I think it was pretty popular. I think it, especially internationally, I think it did well. It was a little bit less popular in China, I think, in terms of comparatively to some other donghua. But it's
they have confirmed it's in the works, but they haven't announced a release date.
Yeah.
I mean, we're probably a year or two out from it.
I imagine 2027 or 2028.
As long as it's coming.
Especially because they also do Link Click, and that's getting its season 3 next year, so...
so
they're 100% doing it, though.
But I agree with what you said about the end of this being... It felt more like a second to last episode where they explain what the whole mystery of the season was right before a big fight, but we didn't get the big fight, but maybe the big fight is the entirety of season 2.
Oh, I did hear. I think the show is planned to just have 2 seasons. I think it is the next part should wrap things up and I don't know, provide more of a sense of, what...
Completion?
Yeah, completion and go through the ranking and all the fights and everything, I'm guessing.
You know what? They brought back the 3D. I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm not. Well, I can't say that I'm not. I like the switching between all the different things. It is pretty cool.
What I hated was how Lucky Cyan looks.
In 3D?
In 3D. She looked so bad, man.
I don't love everybody in 3D. It does feel more like a video game cutscene.
I like a lot of them. I really like Nice's design in 3D.
Yeah, because he started in 3D.
Yeah, maybe I'm used to it, but I think I saw Cyan in 2D.
I feel like
she looks so weird, man.
We haven't seen anyone in 3D except for Isol and Nice.
Some of them didn't look weird, though, but she stuck out as looking weird. I don't know what it was about her eyes, but she looked not right. Unfinished. She looked unfinished to me.
Maybe it'll get better in season 2. I'm going to say, as an anime fan...
the real highlight of the animation for me was all the different animation styles that X did when he does his trend. It went from 2D to not even 2D. I can't even describe it. It was just very unique. like his powers were definitely the coolest thing. Yen said aura farming, and it is true though. It is basically what he does the entire time.
And it looks awesome. I mean, it's great. I just don't know if it was great for a finale, but I do think it was. I mean, his scenes are amazing.
I mean, that I can't imagine what that entire sequence was like to be animated.
Yeah,
like, it was.
So cool.
It was a cool ass sequence, to end the season on. It's just didn't have a finale feel.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
if it's season 1, like, well, okay, let me rephrase that. If we do get a season 2, then then I probably won't be as upset because it is a good cliffhanger. But if it eventually never comes out, then I would be mad.
Yeah.
Like, it's left up to your interpretation, then I would be mad.
It kind of gave Spider-Verse a little bit, the way his powers flip around and do some stuff with.
Mm-hmm.
So I did like that. But I'm, as an anime fan, looking forward to a tournament arc for the second season. So who knows? But they'll probably, like, just have it done in one episode and then the rest of it is the world falling apart. I have no
Do you
idea.
think?
I don't know.
I'm hoping
here's
like
the
the
thing.
whole thing will be like the tournament.
We have built up these characters so much, they have to do it.
Yeah, I feel like we gotta see them fight it out. You know?
Yeah.
Who knows what happened to Nice? What is he a puppet now?
He's a
Is
zombie.
he
I don't know.
real?
I don't fucking know. He's a zombie.
Is he a person?
But you guys were right. We didn't see a body.
He is somehow alive, but like how?
So I kind of said no spoilers, but I think we should have put up a spoiler warning.
It is very implied that Mr. Unknown is not very good.
Tree Man? Is that the guy he's with?
No, he who shall not be named.
What?
X.
X is not very good?
Ah.
X completely fucked Nice.
I mean, he did transport him on the railroad.
I think he knew that Nice was not on the up and up at a certain point when he was involved with killing his friend.
I mean, but it's also very obvious that Nice is, like, going through a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Like, he completely fucks with his sense of reality.
I think he does that with everybody a little bit, though. When your power is reality warping, it's kind of impossible not to fuck some people's sense of reality.
Listen, I'm just saying, Nice would not have killed himself. It was not for X.
I'm gonna be real. Did he at this point?
He certainly attempted,
That's true.
and has not come back the same.
No, he came back. Oh my god, it's Pet Cemetery. They came back wrong. Maybe or maybe what's her face? Lucky Cyan also died, and that's why she looks weird.
I think they just didn't know how to translate it very well.
I'm just trying to make a joke.
Okay, but Dragon Boy.
Dragon Boy's an asshole.
I hate him. He's at the bottom of my tier
But
list.
he's so much fun.
He's a good antagonist.
Yeah, I want him to die though.
Fuck that guy though. I like
He's
Ahu.
gotta go. I loved Smile.
I like Ahu.
You like Ahu?
I was surprised how much dog butthole we had to see.
Yeah, like every single shot.
I'm glad we didn't have to see it in 3D yet.
We will. See the dog's balls and everything.
Oh my god. Well, anyway, yeah, we definitely got into spoilers on that. Sorry for
So
anyone
just
who...
put a spoiler warning on the flashing screen.
Sure. There were spoilers 2 minutes ago.
Put it in the flashing screen on editing. Anyway, a 2B X, 10 out of 10. Everybody should watch it.
10 out of 10,
watch
might
season
bang.
2 whenever it comes out.
I don't know. Any other thoughts on this or Scissor 7 or anything?
Any Donghua.
Any Donghua? Any other thoughts on the Donghuas? You know, any other recommendations for other Donghuas that we didn't watch?
Yeah. Soul Land. People should watch Soul Land.
Okay.
Classic.
Soul Land. Throw that on
That
your
was
watch
one that,
list.
Legend of Exorcism. Throw that on your watch list. That's another more 3D animated one that was pretty good. It's based on Donmei as well.
Mm-hmm.
Soul Land is not. It's more like it's more similar to what you'd expect from like a shonen, but Chinese shonen.
Oh, well, that sounds interesting.
It's kind of more like that. There's like 200, 300 episodes. It's like Dragon Ball over there. It's crazy.
Well, now you sold me. Why didn't we watch that?
I wanted to throw it in, but we didn't have enough weeks, and I was going with like my top tier favorites, and I do like Soul Land, but it's like...
But it's under Scissor 7. I hear you.
I don't know if it's under Scissor 7, but, you know, I wanted the variety with Scissor 7.
All right, that's fair.
Al,
Yeah.
Al, I have a question.
Yeah.
That little brief snippet, we got a Ghost Blade in 3D.
Oh, we did.
Okay, didn't he retire?
I thought he did too,
Why
but
is
you know,
he back? Like,
you know what? He's got a mission of some kind. I have no idea.
I
But
was
also,
confused.
we saw him from behind. Didn't hate the look of him.
Yeah.
Did we like that? Did we like that for him?
Do we like him being in 3D for him?
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
I know he's your, like, favorite-ish. He was your favorite.
He had my favorite
previous
part.
recording.
My favorite section of the story.
Wait, he's not your favorite character? I thought he was.
Maybe. He's also, I don't know. There was an interesting thing that I saw that some people were like, how can people hate Isol when Ghostblade's killed so many more people? And it was an interesting thought. I'm like, when you stack the actual bodies, yeah, Ghostblade's probably a worse person. But I do think there was an element of the narrative that makes us far more sympathetic towards Ghostblade, because he started as a monster and then is slowly gaining his humanity back, versus Isol's arc was, I'm a good person, and now I'm slowly becoming a monster.
No, like, Isol still thinks he's right.
Yeah. Ghostblade just never cared.
He's approaching this from a place of justice. Ghostblade has, like, an actual, like, disability that prevents him from having empathy.
Yeah. I do think it also helps that I don't think we ever, other than the one part that I won't spoil, we never really see Ghostblade kill anyone that we care about.
Well,
except for the one thing.
And that's enough. That's enough, man.
But like in the context of things, and there's other stuff, and it's also that was back in the day versus now he's trying to be a better person, versus Isol at the height of his thing kills someone we care about. It's like,
also, like, I feel like Ghostblade retired, like, the organization's kind of like coming after him, whereas Isol is propping it up currently. Yeah. Also, he did not violently murder his idol, so
Ghostblade wouldn't have an idol.
Yeah, who would that even be?
Buster Keaton. I'm trying to think of a silent movie star.
Oh my god. Yeah, he just wants the quiet. Like,
it's like,
this is nice. This is
I do have to ask, because you guys didn't watch it whenever we had talked about it. What did you think about the section with Ghostblade's like backstory and stuff?
Like with his wife?
Honestly, just with his like childhood and like
his backstory,
all his stuff about like everything is noisy and I hate it.
Yeah, like he has a legitimate disability. Like he's not a monster. He was never just taught any better.
Yeah, and then the internet made him worse.
Yeah.
Literally everyone being like, "Oh, he's the strong silent type. He can never speak again."
Poor
Thanks a lot.
It was like Fur Man.
And, like, I do think there is an element to that as well. Like, we discussed that with other heroes where the fans are really fucking these people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Which is why X is so liberated. He's his only fan. But I did like Apu.
In this context, X, did he even need fans?
You know what? Maybe it'll be answered in season 2. At this point, we can only speculate. And we could spend all that time doing that, but I don't know where we get anywhere with it. Because we've never even seen, like, his little wrist thing.
Where did his powers actually come from?
There was a thing in the pseudo opening ending, Who's-He-What's-It at the end, where, like, he's talking to somebody and there's, like, tarot cards or something. Maybe there's some, and like the thing, he was standing in a bathroom, looking at a bathroom mirror, and then his head exploded into multiverse energy. I have no... Look, if it's not explained in season 2, we riot.
We riot. Because, like, okay, for example, we know you don't necessarily have to have fans. Like, Lucky Cyan's powers can never be taken away because they come from the dying wish of a bunch of people.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Season 2. That's all I can hope for.
Good talk.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of Donghua Month. So, Scissor 7?
Half of this episode was to be your ex.
Okay, how could it not be?
It's a much better ending to the month than Scissor 7.
Okay. I'm a light yay on Scissor 7 overall. I found it funny enough and enjoyed it enough that I watched through it.
I feel the same way. Like, this is probably the only one that I wouldn't give, like, the hardest of yays this month, whereas everything else I was like, 10 out of 10, no notes kind of yay. I do think this one, like, isn't as much of my style as some of the others, but I do really like the show. I think it has a lot of highlights, and it has a lot of uniqueness, and I can tell that the people who made it were really passionate about this, and I appreciate it for that. And I think it's a really fun, like, enjoyable show. So I give it, like, a light yay.
I'll give it a meh. There like, were parts that I was amused by, and, like, the art style itself is interesting. It's just not exactly for me, so I can't really, like, knock at any points for, like, you know, stuff like that. Mostly just because comedy, again, as we've said before, is so subjective that if it just doesn't hit for you, it just doesn't hit for you, and maybe, like, for me, it's maybe it's a bit of a cultural thing. Maybe this hits, like, really hard in China, and, you know, because we're American, it just doesn't, you know, hit quite as hard. So, yeah.
My thoughts are the exact same as Chiv's.
Yeah, it's light nay for me. If you want to be weird, be weird. Don't be shy to be weird. It's fine.
I'm a fucking hater. Hard nay.
Okay.
You know, there was one thing you guys liked about Scissor 7, right? That it was on Netflix and it was easy to access, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Segway!
Well,
Yes.
next month is Spooky Month. We had to decide on a theme. We
Yay.
bounced around a couple different things, and we think we just landed on demons.
Demons?
Yes.
Demon?
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 It's your boy.
Demon. Genu?
We're trying to oh, spoiling it. Yes. There was a big thing that had to do with demons that came out this year. It's basically anime, so why don't we watch it?
No. It's not a big thing. It's the biggest thing of the
It's
year
pretty
so
big.
far.
It was pretty
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you hadn't figured it out, we're watching K-pop Demon Hunters next week, and we might as well talk about the rest of the month. Yeah, woo, K-pop Demon Hunters. We could spoil a little bit. I'm sure we've all seen it at this point, and we're willing to rewatch
Yeah.
it. That says something.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people have.
Yeah.
But yeah, going with the demon theme, I think Netflix also put out some other demon-ish stuff, because we're also going to be watching the Devil May Cry anime that came out. Was it this year or last year?
Last year.
Last year? Okay, still pretty recent. And going with that trend of some recent-ish stuff that has to do with demons and or devils, we're also going to be watching Chainsaw Man and Hell's Paradise. So, yeah. Come for all of that. Come for the spooky. We're feeling spooky, and it's
pretty
fun thing.
and it's pretty timely because Chainsaw Man's getting a movie next month in October, and Hell's Paradise Season 2 comes out in January.
That's all true. And if you're wondering why aren't we including Demon Slayer's movie in this, well, I haven't caught up yet. So,
Me
Also,
either.
it's
Yeah.
not good.
oh dear. Well,
I
we'll
do
have to
Demon
talk
Slayer
off-
stuff.
yeah,
I'll
you guys
say it.
talk off the podcast. I am not gonna sanction a fight today because I'm gearing up for K-pop Demon Hunters next week. Come back for that. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and if you haven't already, check out some of our previous episodes, our daily gaming videos, or our parody series Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!